Ever heard that men are from Mars? It's a common saying, often used to highlight perceived differences between men and women. And women are from Venus? This idea suggests that men and women are so fundamentally different, they might as well be from different planets. It's a catchy idea, and it makes for good comedy, but it's mostly science fiction. The reality is far more nuanced and fascinating. These stereotypes, men as math whizzes, naturally gifted with numbers and logic, women as natural multitaskers, able to juggle a million things at once with grace and ease, are everywhere, perpetuated in media and everyday conversations. But they don't accurately reflect reality. They show up in movies, shaping our expectations of relationships and abilities, jokes reinforcing these ideas through humor, and even subtly shape how we see ourselves, influencing our self-perception and potential. But the truth is, the idea of a male brain and a female brain is outdated, a relic of older, less sophisticated science. When scientists look inside our skulls, using advanced imaging techniques, they don't find two fundamentally different types of brains, one pink, one blue, just one incredibly complex human brain full of individual variation. Stereotypes put us in boxes and limit our potential, stifling creativity and innovation, especially for kids who start believing these myths, internalizing limitations that don't exist. The real story? Brains are unique, like fingerprints, shaped by genes, hormones, experience, and culture. A complex interplay of factors, not just gender. There are some differences, of course, but they're subtle, often overlapping, and frequently exaggerated by societal expectations. The brain is flexible and adaptable, constantly rewiring itself based on our experiences, not hardwired by gender, but shaped by a lifetime of learning and growth. So let's ditch the Mars and Venus talk, those tired old tropes, and get curious about what's really going on up there, in that amazing organ between our ears. The science is far more interesting, complex, and empowering than the stereotypes. Let's explore what actually makes our brains tick and celebrate the incredible diversity of the human mind. Research shows men's and women's brains are overwhelmingly similar. We share the same structures, lobes, and brain chemistry. If you handed a neuroscientist a brain scan, they'd struggle to guess the person's gender. Most brain features, like gray matter density or the corpus callosum, overlap far more than they differ. The variation within each gender is much greater than the average difference between them. Yes, men's brains are, on average, a bit larger and women's cortices may be slightly thicker, but these are tiny trends, not rules. There are plenty of exceptions, and these differences don't define us. Many supposed differences have been debunked or contradicted by newer studies. The real headline? Our brains are human first, not divided by gender. The science points to profound similarity, not stark opposition. Our brains are shaped by experience. This is called neuroplasticity. From birth, our environment, education, and activities sculpt our brains. Culture plays a huge role. Boys and girls are often steered toward different toys, hobbies, and expectations. These experiences, not biology, often create the differences we see. For centuries, women were excluded from certain fields not because of brain limitations, but lack of opportunity. As barriers fall, women excel in science, engineering, and more. Their brains adapt when given the chance. Most cognitive gaps are shaped by experience, not hardwired biology. If we raised boys and girls with the same opportunities, many differences would shrink or disappear. The brain is a sponge shaped by what we do. Our potential is built on experience, not gender. So what about those tiny differences we sometimes hear about? Well, there are indeed some subtle biological influences at play. These influences stem mainly from hormones like testosterone and estrogen. These hormonal differences can gently nudge brain development during critical periods, but it's crucial to understand that they don't dictate our abilities or personalities in any definitive way. Scientists now often talk about the mosaic brain, a concept that highlights the incredible variability from person to person. Each of us possesses a unique mix of features within our brains. Some of these features might be more commonly observed in men, while others are more frequently seen in women, but the vast majority are shared by all individuals, regardless of gender. The reality is that no one has a purely male or purely female brain. The degree of overlap in brain characteristics between genders is enormous. Any observed differences are small averages, not predetermined destinies that define who we are or what we can achieve. Therefore, you simply cannot accurately predict someone's talents, skills, or interests based solely on their gender. It's quite similar to height. Men are, on average, taller than women, but there's a huge amount of overlap in height between the two groups. The same principle applies to brains. Individual variation is the key factor, and it's what truly matters when considering human potential. The mosaic model effectively debunks the long-standing myth of two distinct and separate brain types based on gender. Our brains are more accurately described as unique and intricate patchworks, not neatly divided entities defined by gender. The real and compelling story is about the beauty of individuality, not the limitations of harmful stereotypes. So, after exploring the fascinating world of brain differences, what's the key takeaway here? What should we remember most? It's time to finally put to rest the persistent myth of fundamentally different male and female brains. This idea has been around for far too long. Rigorous scientific investigation just doesn't hold up this outdated notion. The evidence simply isn't there to support it. Instead, science overwhelmingly demonstrates that we're far more alike than different at a fundamental level. Our shared humanity shines through. Of course, the small differences that do exist are based on statistical averages, not absolutes. And these variations are shaped by a complex interplay, a mix of biology, culture, and individual experience. These factors all contribute to the unique tapestry of our minds. The mosaic brain model beautifully reveals that each of us is a unique individual, a one-of-a-kind creation. Therefore, there's absolutely no such thing as a typical male or female brain. We are all wonderfully different. Moving past these limiting stereotypes allows everyone to reach their full potential, unburdened by false expectations. We should actively encourage all kids, regardless of gender, to fearlessly follow their passions and interests, and judge people solely by their skills, talents, and qualifications, not by outdated gender roles. Ultimately, the most empowering and hopeful message from neuroscience is one of unity and shared humanity. We all share a common, remarkably adaptable human brain, capable of incredible things. So, next time you hear someone repeat the old "men are from Mars, women are from Venus" myth, you'll be equipped to share the real story, backed by science. Our brains are indeed wonderfully diverse and complex, but they are most certainly not fundamentally divided by gender. And that's the empowering truth that's truly worth sharing with the world.